3 rebounds. We told him to work on that.
Our lead story, Luka Doncic and the Mavs taking down James Harden and the Rockets. Luka goes for his first triple-double of the season, 33, 16 boards, 11 assists. And a 13-point Dallas win, his 26th career triple-double, trailing only Oscar Robertson and Magic Johnson for the most triple-doubles in NBA history. Before turning 23, he's just 21 years old. Tim Legler joins us now here on SportsCenter. All right, as I mentioned, Tim, Luka's first triple-double of the season. What else do you like about this Mavericks team right now, aside from what we've seen from Luka to start?
Yeah, look, Luka had a pretty familiar stat line. We know he's going to have those kinds of nights. But for me, when I look at this team, there's something that stands out to me that is a lot different about this team. And I go back to a year ago against the Clippers. They gave up 126 points a game in that series lost to the Clippers. This team right now is top 10 in the league in points allowed, only 106 a night. They hold the Rockets to under 100. And the reason, Mike, is they went out and they added pieces that fit that profile. They had to get tougher, and they had to get guys that want to play defense. So you go out, you added Willie Cauley-Stein, who's going to give them great length. He's very agile defensively. He's going to be a great rim protector. You added Josh Richardson, a guy that's 6'7", can go out there and guard 3 or 4 different positions. You bring in a James Johnson, who just flat out makes you tougher right away in his approach, the way he plays defense. And I just think it makes their identity different. They're not just going to have to outscore you by getting sensational nights out of Luka Doncic every night. This is a team now that I think when all's said and done, and you get Kristaps Porzingis back, and hopefully he stays back to give them enough firepower offensively. When that happens, I think you're going to see this team be a real factor in the West. We're going to take them much more serious than we did a year ago when they were one of the greatest shows this league has ever seen offensively. But defensively, they couldn't stop anybody. That's not going to be the case, I think, with the guys they've added. Give their front office a lot of credit. They identified needs, and they went out and addressed it. So the Mavericks are a team that's going to get very interesting once Porzingis gets back.
And that's the thing. The better they are in the postseason would tell you what Luka did for that squad in the regular season that would put him in the conversation for MVP in the first place, and that's why it's going to be fun to watch that development. All right, let's go to Boston. 40 more from Jason Tatum on Monday night. What did you see in Tatum's game? This season compared to what he was starting to do at the end of last year?
I just think he understands now how to completely control a defense because his handle's gone to a place now that he's in that level of elite offensive players in this league that can beat you a number of ways. And I just think his patience now with the basketball and his just confidence overall offensively has taken his game to a different place, and why he may be on an MVP list if they win enough games. And here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. The ability to control your handle. Look at the hesitation, and he takes it all the way into the lane, in effect taking 2 guys with him. And that's what triggers this entire sequence of events, because after Tatum takes 2, the Raptors never catch up to the basketball in that possession. All created by his ability to get into the lane, have the vision, and find a weak side, and then stepping into the corner, the catch and shoot ability now for Jason Tatum. He can beat you from anywhere on the floor, and we saw this basically the second half of last season. We certainly saw it down in the bubble, but now I think it's even gone to another place. I just think his ability to dictate to defenses what they're going to be able to take away from him, it takes you to that superstar plateau, and I think Tatum is on the brink of it. The question is going to be, can that team win enough games, and can they be serious enough defensively, get enough help with Jaylen Brown and Kemba Walker eventually, that we look at this team as a championship threat? If that's the case, I think Jason Tatum will get some MVP votes when this is all said and done, because he is so smooth on the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, and it was even unfair that he had a growth spurt as well over the last year or so. That's insane. Tim, going to have more. It's coming up top of the hour when he joins Neil and Stan from LA. Appreciate it, brother.
He's saying Spike got something caught in his throat. The Knicks had something caught in their throat. It was them Reggie Miller threes at the end of the game. Oh, yeah.
Man, big time moments in the playoffs. You are now rocking with the best here on the screen with two NBA legends. Of course, the Coach of the Year, Sam Mitchell, the Hall of Famer, Isaiah Thomas. So much good basketball tonight. We got to witness the Houston Rockets and Dallas Mavericks. We talked about it in the pregame. Zeke, I'll start with you. We talked about the backcourt. We talked about John Wall, James Harden. We saw what the Rockets were trying to do, but ultimately, Luka had his best game.
I mean, Luka had his best game, and so did Tim Hardaway. I mean, Tim Hardaway, was knocking it down, but Luka was able to exert his presence throughout the game, and I thought Hardaway was a great compliment to him tonight. They couldn't seem to find an answer for Luka, and every time they did, Hardaway was there to answer the bell. So the 1-2 punch of Luka and Hardaway was just too much for the Rockets to handle tonight.
They combined for 63 points tonight. Luka with his first triple-double of the season, his 26th triple-double of his career. Top of the list for players under the age of 23. Coach, he obviously did have his best game of the season.
Yeah, when you think about this, his two best games so far in this early season have been against the Clippers and the Houston Rockets. And tonight I was interested in seeing this against the Rockets. Look at Luka right here. He's just dancing with P.J. Tucker right there. And now he sucks the defense in and throws the lob over the top of the defense to Willie Cauley-Stein. Here's Luka again coming up to the top. P.J. Tucker on him. He rejects the screen, and then again, he puts James Harden in the blender, use that 6'8" size to hit the fadeaway turnaround jump shot. Here's Luka again. Three defenders trying to keep Luka from getting to his spot, but he sees an opening with that size. He attacks the paint and uses that size and that body lean to shoot over the defender. And here's Luka again right here on the switch, right? Now, you know the big guy is going to be in trouble trying to dance with the Luka. And there's Luka. Instead of dancing with him, he drops it off to Tim Hardaway Jr. for a big shot in the corner. No, not Tim Hardaway Jr. in the corner. One of his other Dallas teammates. So, look, Luka's been struggling. But against the good teams and against James Harden and John Wall in that tremendous backcourt of Houston, he was the best player tonight.
Indeed he was. That was Josh Richardson knocking down the shot. You heard me mention it moments ago. Thank you, StatMuse. I saw this on Twitter. Most triple-doubles before turning 22. Luka is at the top of the list with 26. You see one Hall of Famer in Magic Johnson, and then you see Ben Simmons. Great company to be in. Wow. I mean, we've talked about Luka. We've seen, pre-game, we were talking about maybe he didn't come into the best shape, but Zeke, obviously, he's playing his way into great shape right now with his performance.
I mean, and that's the unique thing about Luka and also about Harden, who didn't have a great game tonight. I mean, these guys are so talented and they're so good that they can come in out of shape and still put up these kind of numbers and play themselves into shape. And when they get in shape, I mean, they're some of the best who have ever done it. And the list that you just had up, when you talk about, Ben and Magic and Luka, the difference between Luka and Magic and Ben is that Luka is getting 25, 26 points a night. He's a three-point threat. He can really shoot it. Ben and Magic, they impacted the stat sheet a lot of different ways, but none of them impacted it the way Luka does from a scoring standpoint. So, I mean, what he's doing is really off the charts and very unique for our league to see a player like this.
Unique indeed. And we have to keep you updated on everything going on with Steph Curry. Apparently, he is out there doing work against the Sacramento Kings. Let's show you those images. I would not lie to you. Steph doing his thing. Golden State in control.
Did Sacramento get see the tape of Steph the other night?
Apparently,
Let's not watch the tape.
And I'll do this for Steph dropping that three. I will say, booyah! Rest in peace to the late, great legend, Stuart Scott. Well, that's a wrap for me, Ro Parrish. His name is Sam Mitchell. He knows a little thing about coaching. Zeke got them handles. We'll see you next time. Jordan Daddy loves you.